Dr. Combs is the author of From Homeless to Hero, Embracing Second Chances. And I have to say, your friend and someone who believes a lot in you, Sandra, she reached out to us when we started this show and she said, I have the perfect guest because this segment is called The Story Behind the Story. And boy, do you have a story to share. It wasn't that long ago that you were homeless.
That is correct. Right here in Phoenix. I was homeless for 10 years. I lived underneath the 7th Avenue Bridge right downtown Phoenix. And in that time frame, I was stabbed, raped, burned with cigarettes, hit by a car, overdosed. Of course, tried to commit suicide because people like myself, we didn't believe in ourselves. I didn't think that I was worthy, and I felt like I was literally destined to either die, be in jails and institutions or prison, but never experiencing happiness because I had no hope. But one day my whole life changed while sleeping in an alley right down the street from the 7th Avenue Bridge. I woke up and someone had stolen the shoes off of my feet while I was sleeping in that alley. And as a woman in Phoenix in the summer in 115-degree heat with no shoes on, I have no way of protecting myself or going to the clinic or the shelter or the police. I wouldn't be able to survive. And I literally walked a mile with no shoes on until I made it down to the park where the homeless were gathering. And that was the first time in 10 years that I finally literally fell on my knees and said, okay, I can't.
Surrendered.
I'm done. I am done. And at that point, I had already done 13 different rehabs. So it wasn't the program, it was me. I had finally reached that point of where, okay, that's it. I cannot do this anymore. Can't be homeless. I can't be a drug addict. I've got to either make a change or this is my last day living.
You said you had gone to 13 different treatment facilities to try to get sober and try to be well. What was the traumatic life experience, or what were the traumas that you had suffered that sent you down that path?
I was 5 years old and going to a school, and a little boy ran up to me, called me stupid N-word and spit in my face. And at that time, I didn't know what the N-word meant. I knew it was nothing positive because he used the word stupid with it. And I ran to my teacher upset. I was embarrassed. I was mortified. There was spit on my face. And I ran up to my teacher who's supposed to protect me. And I said, Grover just spit in my face and called me, you know, the stupid N-word. And instead of loving me and embracing me, she looked me in the face and she said, Brenda, wipe your face and get in line. And my heart was broken. And from that moment on, I never felt worthy. And so it was easy for me to gravitate towards the drug crowd because they welcome everybody because they're all hurting. You know, we were all suffering the same pain.
We attract
so that was,
what we are.
Exactly. And that was my first trauma.
It's amazing to me, you know, 5 years old, and you remember that crystal clear, even the person, the boy's name. So how did you find your way to where you are now? Because you ended up getting a PhD, correct?
An EDD.
EDD.
But so
I'll just put a whole bunch of letters. And you know, you can add some titles, but incredible nonetheless.
Essentially, the last probation officer that I had, she looked me in the face when I finally turned myself in that day when my shoes were stolen. I was dirty, I smelled bad, I know I looked bad, and I walked into her office to turn myself in. I was done. And she looked me in the face and she said, Brenda Combs, I can't explain it, but there's something different about you. And I'm not gonna sign the warrant. I'm gonna give you one more opportunity to turn your life around because I see something positive in you.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
And she believed in me. And so I went into that 13th program believing, you know, somebody believes in me. And I made it through that program and decided, you know, here I am now, a Black woman with no education, with a criminal record, former drug addict, homeless. The odds are not going to be in my favor to recover, and I'm going to have to work harder to get back into society. So I made the decision then, and education was going to be my ticket out.
Sean, I'm like getting teary-eyed right now
your
listening to this story.
Is so powerful, and your book is being turned into a movie.
A movie!
That is so amazing. And I understand that the Ari Levin, who now lives in Phoenix, he's from Oprah's own network,
Yes.
is taking your project.
He is directing my movie, Finding My Shoes, which shares my life story of overcoming 10 years of homelessness and addiction to becoming Dr. Brenda Combs. And really, what I really want to come out of this is to let people know that no matter what it is that you've been through, no matter what it is, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as mine, but no matter what it is, you already have what it takes to be successful inside of you.
Yes.
But many times you just need someone to say, hey, I believe in you.
Yes.
Hey, I'm supporting you, or giving you the tools and the resources without judgment. And learning how to practice love and forgiveness. Because I had to learn how to love myself first in order to forgive Grover for causing me that trauma. And that's when I felt like my release came, is when I was able to say, it's okay.
You are, I mean,
It's amazing. You're amazing. I mean, I'm gonna sit here and let you go preach.
yeah,
Like, I just
you
want to be
are
like,
so,
preach, girl.
so
Let's
great.
continue to preach
We
because
can't
it's,
thank you enough for
because the
for
stigma's
coming on.
there. Yeah, the
Yes.
stigma is there,
Yes.
and it's people like you who are courageous enough to write a book and to have a movie about it. It's people like you who are helping to end the stigma. And that is why I tell people, recover out loud. Put a face next to you so that you now give so much hope and so much inspiration
Yes.
to everyone who is watching and willing to listen to your story.
Yep.
And I just want to say personally, thank you.
Well, I appreciate being here because, again, it's an opportunity to let people know that as long as they get up every morning and look themselves in the mirror and say, hey, I believe in myself and my ability to do my best. I'm intelligent and I'm capable of achieving greatness. Make the right choice and do the right thing even when no one is watching. But more importantly, is to continue to always practice love and forgiveness, because that's where the healing comes.
Dr. Combs, you need your own show.
Yes.
So thank you so much.